Medium. Yes, medium. Hey, welcome to the stream, Skater Tie-Dye. I'm having a pretty good Wednesday. Dyed the rest of those smiley faces. And, damn, which side is it? This one? And, went to the post office, did grocery shopping. So, pretty productive day. I've kind of flipped my schedule around since I started streaming, so it's like I, instead of playing video games and reading at nighttime, I play video games and read during the daytime, after I've done my social media crap, or in this instance, social media crap and a quick dye session. And yeah, so pretty good. Hope you're having a kick-ass Wednesday too, man. Uh-oh. Always run into my wall. Or the other wall. There's something going on with this seam here, like a factory defect. But sometimes you get that in wholesale, and sometimes you don't catch it. So you just work with it. I'm going to start here. It's going to be a little off camera. Sorry about that. There's something off here, more so than normal. We can always go back like that. Yeah, what is going on here? Okay, whatever. We'll fix it. We'll figure it out. No biggie. No stress. We don't tie-dye out of stress. We tie-dye because it's fun. And can be productive. And make a couple bucks. Let's be real. When your livelihood depends on it, you kind of gotta be real. Alright, that's pretty even. There's some pleating up here that could be better. It's all good. My music sounds super loud right now. We're going to be a little ambitious and make tiny sections, relatively small sections. I guess they're not too tiny, probably like half an inch. Oh. Actually, they're an inch, like exactly, which is cool. It's fine. Lamb of God. Excellent. Hey, Brian. Hi, Janine. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all. Just doing some symmetrical scrunches. This is all in getting ready for the farmer's market season. I'm trying to bust ass and smoke grass. I'll stop. Stick to tie-dye, Jared. Thank you, Janine. Let's see here, 13 years. Yeah. See, December 2011 was the first time I tie-dyed ever, and then January came around and I used some of my student refund money to buy a tie-dye kit from Dharma. Please don't tell Sally Mae, or wait a minute, Nelnet. Please don't tell Nelnet and Mohila. Legalize weed, oh my gosh. So we have, I'm in Arkansas. I don't know if I've mentioned that, I'm sure I have about 1 billion times. But we have medical, so we're getting there. We did have legal on the ballot, but it was like one of those issues where basically if you have medical, like if you're a licensed distributor or grower, you're automatically grandfathered into the new one for legal, which kind of makes sense, but also they were limiting licenses and stuff to X number of people, which basically meant if you weren't already grandfathered in, you didn't have much of a shot. They also did not make it legal to grow your own. That was the big one that a lot of us did not like at all. Oh, come on. It would appear that I did not wash my table off. Shit. Oh well, it's all good. We don't stress on this channel, not anymore. Too old for that shit. Stretch and pull, stretch and pull. That doesn't look good at all. Alright, we're gonna have to do this. We'll do it this way. We're doing it live. Sorry. Keep quoting, who is that? Bill O'Reilly? More PG, but, you know, still same thought process. Like I said, just stretch and pull. Try to keep all the pleats the same height. You're going to get some that's off because, I mean, I could do up a whole grid thing, right? I'm sure you guys have seen that on a lot of the professional dudes, like the top tier guys. They do that. I just don't because I'm lazy. Really. I mean, it boils down to it. I'm lazy. But if you want to be laid back and laissez-faire too, just use your eyeballs. See, like it's a little off. You know, whatevs. Not too bad. Then keep going. If you don't like it, stretch it and pull it until you get to the proper height. And like sometimes in order to get one to the right height, you have to like pull it down and bring its neighbor up. You know how us festivals folk do it, we always try to uplift our neighbors. In whatever manner that is fit. And benefits not only the neighbor, but society as a whole. And if it happens to benefit you, so be it. My boy Aristotle, he's like, yo, guys, just be happy. It's pretty simple. Yeah, but what is happiness, Aristotle? Aristotle's like, yo, listen, I'm about to drop some knowledge on you. Happiness is an activity of the soul in accordance with perfect virtue. Might be a little paraphrasing, but you know, you get the idea. Just do what you want to do, as long as it doesn't harm yourself, others, nature, society. Do it, bro. That makes you happy. That's what happiness is. Doing stuff that's fulfilling and doesn't mess with anybody else. I should reread Politics. Wait, so that's Plato. What was it? That's Aristotle. Or was it Plato? Do y'all know who wrote Politics? Was it Plato or Aristotle? I feel like it's Aristotle. Hold on a second. Oh, for sure, Brian. We finally got to a point where we voted the medical thing to be like, yeah, we still got to pay the state, but they stopped charging out the ass for like renewals. The doctors did. So it's like $50 to the state for both renewal and a regular application. And then it used to be like $100, but I've seen it as cheap as $50 for renewals, and I think $75 is a pretty common price. So we're saving $25, yay! Hey, but you know, when you're in the 48th poorest state, every little bit counts. Our governor's obviously running for re-election. Not a fan personally, but she ran this ad on how we have the lowest cost of living and like school choice and shit like that, and it's like, man, yeah, that's true, but we also make the least amount of money and are like last in education. Maybe not last in education, but down there on the bottom rung. And our constituency will be like, oh man, yeah, she's right, without bothering to look at the reasons why. But hey, it is what it is. I can't hate people because they choose to lead their lives a certain way. We got a big boy here. Come on now. Lift your neighbor up. Bring your other neighbor up as well. You get to go down. You go down. You definitely go down. Man, all of y'all a little off here, huh? As to the potency of marijuana, I'm all over the place today, guys. I'm scattered. Sorry, scatterbrain here. Boy, this ain't no Mexican dirt weed, or ditch weed, what we called it back in the day. We have a place called Pure Spirit. It always has like super potent, I say super potent, like 30%, stuff like that. I know there's stuff like flower out there that's more potent than that, but I've never, like, I think 35 was the highest I've seen. And I know there's like concentrates and stuff. And my RSO that I normally take, that shit's like 75, 80%. And I get upset when it's not 80%. I was like, ugh, come on. Alright, we're gonna have to do some extra stretching on these dudes because they are getting out of control. Whoops. I'm so strong. Didn't want to do it earlier, but when you least expect it. Goober. You goober. Oh, hey, do y'all know how to plan or organize do y'all know how to organize a space party? You plan it. Thank you, Chris Bradley, for that excellently bad joke. I love those kinds. They're my faves. A dad joke. Bad dad joke. It's so funny. So that means that it is super snug, and I probably don't need to pull so hard on the next ones. Now I'm trying to make it break. It doesn't want to break. All right, 1, 2, 3. Jeez. That's so crazy. All right, guys, I'm gonna change shirts, get a towel, take a swig of soda. I never got into slinging until like, well, never mind. Not gonna go into that. Ooh, that's a huge area. We'll start there, make that the one of the white ones white. 1, 2, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, there's some big ones, like that one's bigger than the rest, that one's bigger than the rest. That one is. A little inconsistency. Oh, Mexican brickweed. That was another one. That's another name for it. 50% seeds and stems. Oh my goodness, this might not be enough. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. So bad at this. I'm fairly certain glue has no shelf life, so I just mix a whole big old thing full of it. Again, this is Elmer's glue. Well, that's disappointing. This is Elmer's glue and water. It's a 1-to-1 ratio by mass. Bonus point is that, wait a minute, that is not. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Or not all of it, but looks like a nice little layer of glue at the bottom there, so I probably do need to warm this up at some point. Make it a little bit more pliable. Oh, it feels like this is the same thing down here. See guys, you gotta do regular maintenance. It's like a vehicle. You gotta maintain your equipment where you go through trials and tribulations. We'll put you somewhere safe. That's good. So I guess Elmer's glue does have a shelf life. Any advice on keeping the pleats even and consistent? So, yeah. You can make these grids, right? And I don't do it just because I don't really have experience with it. I just kind of eyeball it, and you can tell that my pleats are, like, while it looks good from this angle, right? There are a couple in here, and like I'm pretty sure you can see them, right? Right there, and right there. And if you flip them over, it looks all right. Those are kind of even. That just means I wasn't digging down hard enough, right? But if you make the grid, like a lot of the top tier guys do, Stephen J, Thousand Faces tie-dye, Mio Faustino, and I think Rhea does as well. Like if you make the grid, you'll have like your guidelines like I did. I just do the guidelines, right? But they'll do like the guideline, that way. But then they'll go perpendicular and make like, they'll measure however big they want their pleats. Like for instance, these are 3/4 of an inch tall. What you'll do then is go perpendicular to whatever guideline. This is your guideline, your first drawing lines. You'll go perpendicular and do 3/4 inch marks. So once you draw these two lines, right, you'll keep the ruler here, I assume, and you'll just go every 3/4 inches or 1 inch, whatever, however big you want your pleats, and use that to keep consistency. But you'll see me doing like a lot of stretching and pulling. And you'll hear me say like, oh, gotta lift the neighbor up. And that's what I'm doing, is just trying to keep everything consistent and relatively consistent and even. And that's like consistency and equality in height. That goes for your pleating and your scrunching. You want to be as close to even as possible. Yeah, and use clamps to hold the pleats together. That works as well. Clothesline, clothespins, or whatever. And then you got the they're like binder clips, right? But I really think the guidelines are what is really the, yeah, binder clamps. Yeah, dude, so, you know, the grid, I think, is the main thing, because that's how, like, you know, you start with this, right? You start with the grid, and that's going to tell you, like, how big this pleat is, how big that pleat is, and if you curve, you'll, like, have this weird, like, half pleat or something. It's just, but also the binder clamps, those help as well. So it's a combination, like I said, equality and consistency. The equality comes from, boom, it just popped into my head. The equality comes from the grid line. The consistency comes from the binder clamps, because you're doing it all at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna move, actually I need to fill black up. God, I am so bad at this. Oh no. All right, we're gonna surely that's not going to be enough. I got 2 of these, right? Yeah, 2 of those, that'll be fine. All right, well, we're going to try it. We're going to see how it works. We're doing it live. And I'm going to go ahead and do all of the white areas first, and then smush after each time. So, white, white, white. Gonna be careful over here because it's thinner, because it's near the end. Smush it good. Eyes red. All right. Got a little orange goblin playing in the background. They make me happy. They're British. I don't know if we should hold that against them. Just kidding, just kidding. My grandma is straight up British. Been living here since, let's see, her dad would be, oh my God, how old is my dad? 58 or 59. Mom is 58, Dad is 59. So 99 would have been 40. 09 would be 50. 19 would be 60. Oh my God. My dad's like 66 years old, so Grandma's been living here either 65 or 66 years. And she's developed a Southern Arkansas British accent. It boggles my mind. She'll stay, would you like some buttered toast, love? Or no, what is it? Would you all like some buttered toast? Yes, Grandma, I love buttered toast. Teas and crumpet. I don't know if it's a joke joke, really. It's just something I find kind of funny. Like the whole clip of him just losing his mind. I think it was over like edits to the script, or what was it? I don't remember exactly, but like he lost his ever-loving mind and was like, "F it, we'll do it live," and just yells. Just it cracks me up. So I've adopted it to this situation because I'm live. Road can be a lonely place to pass the time, watching and waiting as the miles roll by. And we're just dumping this stuff in the middle. Like the faster you apply it, the more it spreads to side. Like you can do like one drop and it'll be slightly bigger than the drop just because of the way fabric works. Capillary effect. I was talking about that earlier, or yesterday or something. Capillary effect. And yeah, so like if you just like squeeze it all out, it's gonna flood the zone. But if you do it like at a pretty consistent pace, it'll flood the zone, but not over flood. Hey, we're all hip in our own minds, man. I'm like the coolest person I'll ever meet. Summertime or spring, whatever, outdoor vending season needs to hurry up and get here. I'm going stir crazy. I'm not a like huge social individual anymore after I used to drink a lot. I used to work at a bar and like I would just drink and drink and drink and drink until I woke up the next day. Like never got in any trouble. I was never a violent drunk. The only violence that ever happened was a bike wreck and me like face planting. I was less than a block away from home. I was catty corner from my home actually. And I just didn't judge the elevation of the sidewalk that I've walked on hundreds, probably thousands of times. And boom, faceplant. It was gnarly. All right, so we'll start with black. Put red right there. Black is off the table, or off the towel. Oh, I guess we can't do that. Put it right there. There's like hardly any thickness over in this direction, just due to the nature of the way I do things. Oops, I need to do that all the way. And I'm not getting like right up to the border of the white. That way the black will kind of just ease its way on over after smushing, after time, after batching. It migrates like the great monarch butterfly. What else migrates? Geese, ducks. Oh, got a little too close there, but I'll try to be more careful. leave a little fuzz. That way it'll smush out, smush the fuzz out. Come on. And like I'm not even squeezing most of the time on these. Like little slight pressure here, just because it wasn't coming out. Ugh. Black. We'll start on this side. Yeah, so no squeeze here, no squeeze, no squeeze. Come on. Alright, now we squeeze slightly, ever so slightly. This didn't get left a little too much fuzz on that last one. What's going on here? Ooh, that may have been it. Yep, there it goes. So my tip wasn't screwed on all the way. And I guess that left some sort of vacuum or pressure difference. I don't know. I'll show you what I'm talking about though. Like with these dudes, let me get this out of the way just to make sure. Alright, so you got your bottle, obviously, and then this little thing right here, the pink part. You can't really tell. Well, there's a little, it's got like a little pocket full of dye in there. I think that's what was going on, why it wasn't coming out, because look, see how it unscrews, right? There must have been some water or air. I ain't no physicist. Whoa, what in the world? And sometimes your dye will gunk up. And if you happen to gunk up like that, you can smush it in. And I mean, it's just dye, just thick dye. The only downside is like when you apply any more dye, it'll kind of tend to pull up where that gunk is. So you do want to smush it out or wipe it off. Smush it out. Smush it out. Aye. I do not strain my dye. I use a blender to mix all of my dyes, and it seems to do the job. But if it sits too long, it will, I guess a good word is it coagulates. Like everything in tie-dye is like heat. Heat does stuff. Heat batches. Heat will make your dyes go bad fast. Like some people use like a throwaway refrigerator or a pawn shop refrigerator or something, and they keep their dyes refrigerated, which is something that I will do once I have my forever home. Fuchsia will do that 100%. I have to, like I said, I use a blender, but with fuchsia 100% I have to like make sure I blend it on high for way longer than anything else, longer than blue, longer than my green, longer than black. Because when I pour it out, sometimes if I don't do it long enough and mix it well enough, it will have leftover powder that's clump. It's not in powder form, it's more like a blood clot or something. So straining probably will help. That's probably a big thing, but mixing it thoroughly, that's the main issue that I have learned to do with my fuchsia. What am I doing? That's white, this is black, this is black. Ooh, R.I.P. Wayne Static. Got a little Static X going on in the background. You gotta love it. I prefer Wisconsin Death Trip, but this is fine. Thank you, Pandora. But Janine, I personally just me, endorse using a blender. Mine was like 20 bucks from Walmart, and I've had it for since at least COVID hit. So 5 years, 6 years, something like that. And it still works great. You know, obviously, you probably shouldn't use it for food afterwards, or at all ever again, in my opinion. But it works. A lot of folks, the big hitters, they use like this magnetic thing where you put your bottles or whatever you're mixing it in on a device that I assume has some sort of magnet in it. They'll throw their dye in, they'll throw their water and dye in, and then they have like another magnet that spins once you press the button, and that seems to be pretty legit. I couldn't tell you the name of those things or where you could get them, but magnetic mixer maybe. Probably get it at a science store or a chemistry set, something like that. Yep, and like I said, just don't use it for food afterwards. Same thing if you use the microwave method. Don't use your microwave for food after microwaving tie-dye. And I wholly 100% do not recommend the microwave method. Like if you're in a pinch, like figure out a different way to raise the heat. Go put it in a plastic bag, put it in a tote, and then put it outside. Put it in a bag, put it in a tote, put it in your car or your trunk. It's just kind of dangerous, in my opinion, to use a microwave. I want to say I've never done it, but I might be lying because I feel like I have done it just to test it. If I did do it, just to... What are you doing? Oh, sorry, there's a big old Penske truck, one of those haulers. But yeah, back to the microwave thing. Please just be super careful if you do intend to do it. And it is 4:21. If you will excuse me, I apologize for the interruption. Smoke them if you got them. God, it's so weird being able to like talk about pot and shit Flipperooski. Alright, so we always want to put green. We always want to... What am I talking about? White over red. So white. And you're just wanting to go like halfway down at this instance because it's already got the red there. The boiling method, like hot water immersion. Shit, which one was it? Ugh. Okay, yeah. Well, regardless of the method, there is like a matrix where someone, if you guys are on Facebook, the Addicted to Tie-Dyeing group has a matrix or a table. It's a matrix, right? Yeah, where like you have the list of temperatures with a list of time, something like that, a graph table. The hotter it is, the quicker it's going to batch. So like theoretically, if you could control a nuclear explosion and place your tie-dye in the center of said nuclear explosion, it would instantly batch just because it's so freaking hot. The only thing is you got to make sure it doesn't catch fire. And that's why I don't like suggesting doing the microwave method because, you know, it seems pretty fire prone to me. What? No way. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Facebook, but that's where my business started. I'm trying to get away from it. I have an issue with them in regards to retaining my personal banking information after I deleted it. And I know they still have it because they sent me a payment. Let's see here, I killed one account to switch it over to the new account because I got a new bank account. And that was on May 20th, 2024. And then I think it was November 23rd or 24th, I received a payment to that same bank account. So I don't want to have to delete all of my bank accounts or close them all. So I'm hoping my Attorney General can work it out with them. But it's been ongoing since like the beginning of December, so I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and close all my bank accounts and open another more. So, but yeah, that's Facebook. It's where I make most of my money, unfortunately. Not from Facebook specifically. That was a fluke, but through tie-dye sales. And yeah, I know money's dumb, but I can't do tie-dye and be homeless, and I can't pay rent without money, so gotta have a little. So the boiling method, that's amazing. That is freaking amazing. Does it like they come out the same? It's all comparatively legit, like vibrancy and stuff. Because I know, like, my friend Rachel does hot water irrigation every summer. She used to, but I don't know if she batches after that or if she just immediately opens it. But you know, again, heat is the key. Heat and everything staying unburnt. That should be enough. Yeah. Do I have a pot big enough? I have a Dutch oven. I don't think that's big enough. It took forever to bring to a boil to do noodles too. Man, I might have to buy two. Oh, that was the thing. Damn it. Excuse me for a second, guys. Oh, it's already... Can I? Okay, big pot. Sorry about that, guys. I just ordered a bunch of, let's see here, a scraping knife to get dough off the counter, a wooden spatula, and something else to do with baking. Oh my gosh, another thing I just remembered. I need to make a list. I'm losing my mind, y'all. Stick to tie-dye, Jared. Stick to tie-dye. Okay. Oh, we're looking good here, hopefully. Maybe not so much that one. Alright, so if white goes that way, that means red goes here, black goes here, red, black, black, white, red, black. So after red is red, and then black is on the white, right? Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, about messed up. Right? Why is this not right? That's red, that's white, that's red. Alright. I think we're set, right? Yeah. Yeah, scalding hot water, it can be a bane to one's existence sometimes. Okay, gotta be kind of careful with the black right now because we don't want to flood the other side, which is white, with the black, because the white has a bunch of the water in it already, so it's going to go crazy if there's too much black flooding the zone. Oof. And when you get these coagulated stuff, that just means you just shake your stuff up. And that usually breaks it up. I hear you, man. Same. Big time. That's why they don't allow me to run any like power tools and stuff. I was once forklift certified, a certified forklift operator at the Arkansas Music Pavilion, where I was in charge of the point of sales and inventory control, and I hated driving that thing. Like, I was decent at it, and people were like always told me I was so good at it, but it's like, dude, you can be good at something, you can be great at something, and absolutely hate doing it, which was the case. My buddy Papa Joel, he's an older gentleman, good friend of mine, Papa Joel is. He is a master of the forklift, and he's like one of the few people who would be like, Jared, you need to get better at this job. Like, he never let anything get to my head, and I fucking loved him for that. Or I love him for that. He's still around. We just don't work together anymore. So yeah, hazardous occupations. Like, could you imagine working at a steel foundry or something like that, where they just have molten lava just flying around? It's all good. Don't worry about it. OSHA's good with it. We're good with it. People are crazy, man. Oops, I think I may have overdone the black on that one. You got your certification for that there skateboard, Sonny? we are getting down to, we're going to go ahead and switch over, just so I don't have a blowout. Like your flip-flop, you don't want a blowout in your dye bottle. And we'll make sure this dude's nice and tight. And you guys probably can't see, well, I know you guys can't see this, but it looks like I didn't do enough, or didn't add enough black to go completely halfway through the fabric. So I'm overcompensating with red. Normally I'd probably flip it back over and go back over all the blacks again. But not stressing, not too worried about it. These are designs that, while look really neat, if perfect, they still look really neat, if not perfect. And we don't make mistakes. As Bob Ross says, we have happy accidents. And that's something, man, I wish I could embrace fully. Like this does not look good at all. But we're just going to go overcompensate with the red. And who knows, maybe the black's just waiting to bleed. We don't know what black is thinking. He's just like trying to get along, trying to make it in the tie-dye world, trying to do his job, and come home and have a good time. Maybe even party a little, just like red. Red likes to party too. You know what? All the colors like to party. Roy G. Biv, let's do it. Boom. And we're done, folks. We are D-U-N done. No, we're not. We got smush. And I'm not too certain how long it's been on the batching of the bandanas, so we'll save that grimace for tomorrow. What do you guys want to see tomorrow? And, you know, I'll do just about any design you can think of. The one design I have trouble with is, what do they call it? The honeycomb. That's one, like, not 100% there. I can do some funky stuff with the advanced pleating and binding, but I can't quite nail the honeycomb. So I can't really give instructions on that design. But if you guys can think of a design you want to see me do tomorrow night, I'll be happy to do it. I'll consider doing it, I should say, because I do, like, this is all part of, I'm kind of in production mode for Farmers Market in April. And I have a couple of events in March as well. Honeycomb's tricky. How about a wigwag? Yeah, man. Yeah, actually, yeah. I will pre-wash or soak some shirts tonight to do some wigwags. And those are fun because you don't have to do them like vertically in the middle. You can do them vertically, you can go horizontal. Oh, I saw this one dude doing them like with a diagonal with just like a couple, like 3 colors, like 2 bright colors and then 1 dark color, and they were super cool. Right. Cool beans, warm farts. Alright, love you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Another short one, short and sweet, to the point. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and boop!